Dave here. Today we're going to be smoking a beef brisket. We've already got the grill going. It's getting up to temperature, and you'll see it's still only 6:30 in the morning. Yes, you do need to start this early because we've got a full brisket going in today. Your first and second cut, which is going to probably take us about 12 hours on the smoker. We're going to cook it really slow, about 250 degrees maximum. So that's why we want to get a good start. So we're going to have all the kids and the family over tonight. And dinner will be about 6:30, 7 o'clock this evening. So I better get going. All right, we started this actually about 2 days ago. We began preparing our rub. You can see here, we made up our own rub. And the recipe for our rub will actually be on our website itself. The recipe is made up of a 1/4 cup of smoked paprika, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, a 1/4 cup of white sugar. And I think that's really key. A lot of the recipes actually call for just the brown sugar, but I find the white sugar itself really helps to make a nice barky crust on the brisket itself when it's done. In addition to that, we have cumin and a chili powder. Now I find it's really best if you get a nice dark chipotle chili powder, but otherwise find yourself a nice dark brown chili powder itself. In addition to that, we're going to also have black pepper, white pepper. Cayenne pepper is key. Now my recipe calls for a tablespoon of cayenne pepper, but I'll tell you, I do a heaping tablespoon because my family likes to have a little bit more heat with their brisket. Lastly, I also put into it, some mustard powder and a little bit of lemon pepper, just for that little extra zing to it itself. Now, it's been marinating for 2 days. This is actually what it will look like. This is the pan that was actually marinating in. You see, I take the brisket itself, rub it with a little bit of olive oil, and I find that's really the trick. Because just the rub itself on the meat doesn't allow the all the powders and everything to come together. So I take a little bit of olive oil, rub and massage the meat really good with that. Then I pack on the rub itself. Let it sit in the pan over here in the refrigerator for about 2 days. This morning I brought it up to room temperature, and now I've given it a nice coating with some Dijon mustard. That's a new trick I'm trying this year. Actually, we'll let you know how it works out. This also, brisket did not come with the complete fat cap on it. I would like to have had the fat cap because that allows the fat to keep dripping over the meat and keep it moist as it smokes all day. But someone else has given me another tip, and I'm going to try it out the first time today. We'll let you know how it goes, is covering the entire top of the brisket with some bacon. I'll do that a little bit later because actually I didn't have any in the refrigerator, so when the store opens, it's okay. It'll be open about an hour, which means the meat will just actually be on and starting to come up, and then I'll cover it with the bacon at that point. All right, you're going to have, more than likely, depending on the size of your brisket, some of the leftover rub. I put it in an airtight container and save it for when I'm doing another piece of meat. Sometimes if I'm going to do some chicken on the grill, I'll add a little bit of cornstarch to it, and we'll tell you about that in another tip. Adding cornstarch will stop your chicken from sticking and burning on the grill. All right, we'll be back with you after a short bit. All right, I'm back. Well, it's almost 7 o'clock, so it's time I got to get this brisket onto the grill. My grill is up to temperature. It's just almost 250 degrees. That's exactly where I want it. All right, we're going to just lift this puppy on here. And it's looking beautiful, isn't it? And there we go. She's in. Always keep a paper towel good and handy because your hands are going to be a mess when they come out of there. Put this down and let her go. All right, we'll be checking back with you through the day. I say get yourself a good book or something to do. Or, in my case, I'm going to go back to sleep for an hour. See you soon. Take care. It's now almost 3:30. We've had 8.5 hours time of the brisket on this grill smoking. What I really like about this Brinkmann grill is you have the side compartment. If you look in here where we have the hot coals, and I can keep wood chips burning on that. It flows, the smoke flows through and comes out your chimney at the top. You want to keep your temperature of your meat to about 200 to 225 degrees through the entire smoking process. What I also really recommend is a digital thermometer. You can see here I've got a remote control base with the wire that actually I'm going to lift the lid carefully. You'll see this. Look at the brisket in here. I've got the top totally covered with the bacon like I said I was going to do. And you'll notice my probe is going right into the center of that meat. All right, let's close it. Because, as they say, if you're looking, it's not cooking. So you want to keep that lid closed as much as you can. Resist the temptation to keep looking at your meat. All right, when you hit about 150 degrees on the grill, that's when you hit what we call a stall period. It takes quite a while to get through that stall, but once you do, it'll start going. We've now passed the stall and we're up to 162 degrees. Like I said earlier, I anticipate that our brisket is going to take about 12 hours today to cook based on the size of it, which would mean anticipation of our brisket coming off at around 6 o'clock tonight. Well, that's about it. Just thought I would show you how it's looking through the process, and we'll check back in a little bit later in the day. All right, we've taken our brisket off of the grill. I'm sorry you didn't get a chance to see that. However, it is now 7:30 in the evening and it's dark out, so we had no lighting out there for filming. We brought it in. Actually, our brisket was actually on the grill for 12 and a half hours. And as we were getting towards the end of it, I tried to accelerate so we could have it in time for our dinner. When that happens to you, you hit that stall period, you can actually wrap it in aluminum foil for that last couple of hours, and that'll accelerate the cooking time because you want to get your internal temperature of your meat up to 190 degrees. You can see it's looking perfect. As I said before, we put bacon on top to give it a little bit of the drippings from the bacon itself because we did not have the complete fat cap on it, which I would normally have liked to have had, but you can see underneath this, it's looking absolutely beautiful, huh? Look at this. I am telling you what, delicious. So once we're going to get all of this off of here, I'm telling you what, you're going to carve it up nice thin strips, serve it with a delicious barbecue sauce. Matter of fact, you're going to find on our blog my homemade barbecue sauce, which the kids have been sampling tonight and have said we need to bottle it and sell it. Check out our website, you'll find an actual recipe there for that. All right, let's carve into it and see what it looks like, shall we? Ah, look at this. Beautiful texture on the inside. I think we want to go against the grain. Let's try to slice this way. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. You can see the red, which is from the rub, which we had on the outside of it, going through, and the nice smoky flavor going all the way through the beef. Let's take a quick taste of that and see how it is. The best. It is the absolute delicious. You don't even need the barbecue. But since we have it here, why not? Oh, unbelievable. You're going to love it. Try it. If your next time you got all the family over, give this a try. It's a definite hit.